You know what's cool? Chaos Space Marines. But you want to know what's even cooler? Abaddon the Despoil. No, I'm joking. Abaddon's not. No, he's. Okay. Alright. What a great way to start a video by talking smack about a factions leader. But yeah, I'm back. It's been a while. I've been busy with life and a full time job. But I'm back. And I'm going to make videos. Because my laptop's repaired. And as you can tell by the title, I probably don't need to explain it too much. We're talking about why the Black Legion are underrated. I see them get a bit of shit online. I mean, more towards shit towards Abaddon, well deserved. But not as much as the Ultramarines. But I wanna make a video on telling you why they're so badass, both in lore and in game. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, let's start with characters, and we're gonna start with the best Black Legion character, Harken Claimer. This guy doesn't have too much lore. He's like, he kind of shows up before Abaddon. He's like the guy that shows up like Galactus. He's like Silver Surfer to Abaddon, like shows up before the main fight happens, and is just more evil and takes joy in killing people. He's not a good person, but he has a badass spear that goes through people, and he recalls it like Mjolnir. Please don't tell me that's badass. Imagine you're fighting some space marine, he's got like a claw and a spear. That's right, he's got lightning claw as well. And he like slashes and hacks you. Then he like, you get away and start shooting. And he throws a spear and you dodge it. And then all of a sudden, you're impaled by said spear because he's recalled it. Isn't that cool? I mean, if that's not cool, you must not enjoy fun. It's simple. His character as a whole, he's pretty one-dimensional villain. I just think he's badass. You can have badass one-dimensional villains, like Darth Maul before the Clone Wars was just badass because double-bladed lightsaber. And I think Harken's the exact same. We're not going to talk about Abaddon because I can't really defend him, no matter how hard I try. I like, yeah, it's a shame, but like, he just hasn't done much. He's blown up Cadia by being a sore loser. So, look at me. I'm trying to say how badass the Black Legion are by giving their faction leader shit. They've also got a really cool Psyker who can, like, ultra see the future. And if the future starts going a bit off whack, he can just kind of be like, no, I refuse. So, yeah, that's what's really cool. And on the character thing, they can have different Marines from different legions. Yeah. We'll get a bit more into that into the average lore part, but yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Now, let's talk about one of my favourite parts of the Black Legion as a whole. Personally, the whole you can be from any legion is flippin' awesome. For two reasons. You can have Black Legion Khorne Berserkers painted in Black Legion armor, and it's lore friendly. Same with Plague Marines, Noise Marines, all the culty stuff. I mean, in game, you probably can't run like Blight Lord Terminators, but like nothing's stopping you from giving them the like proxy weaponry and painting them in that scheme. Nothing. Playing Black Legion, you essentially get access to the full Chaos range, including like all the cult stuff. So you could have some Scarab Occult Terminators in that kind of armor, and it's awesome, and it's lore friendly. Now, the other reason this is cool is because you can make your own Black Legion warband and make up all sorts of lore. I have a Chaos Lord who's like Judge Dredd almost, like he punishes the wicked, but he's like not really chaosy. Anything that's probably bad. He uses chaos, but he's like got a corrupt sense of judgment. But as long as he shows back up for those big events, that's lore friendly. That's why I love it so much. They are a mix-match legion of just random stuff. As you can see in this artwork, I mean, there's a Rubric and a Khorne Berserker fighting together. You wouldn't see that normally, but you can. It's just super awesome. That is probably my favourite part of Black Legion, and why I think they're so bad is you can just have a mixed match of anything you think looks really cool. Now, the final reason why the Black Legion are underrated is because, right, they are the biggest Chaos Legion that cause the most damage. Who calls the Call of Cadia? The Black Legion. Who is essentially soloing in the Arcs of Omen, apart from the World Leaders. the Black Legion. Anywhere there's a big fight, the Black Legion will be there. I just thought I'd make that point real quick. You can do small gauge with small engagements with like your little custom warband, and massive engagements with your massive as warband. Now let's do a little mini why you should start Black Legion. Why not? Well, we've already gone through their lore positives, and I guess their lore negatives. I'm really biased. So let's start with miniature positives. Chaos Space Marines have essentially like all updated models. There is a little few exceptions like Noise Marines and things like that, but apart from that, all your models are up to date. And actually really easy to get. There is once again a couple of exceptions, but everything is super easy to get. Number 2, using Chaos stuff from Age of Sigmar and the Slaves to Darkness line, great conversion material, great axes and great melee weapons, as well as good looking armor. And also, painting is super easy. Black, gold, detail work, done. I know gold over black isn't exactly the easiest color to paint, but it's painting trim, so it's not so bad. And a couple thin coats and you're done. Like, I can spend an evening and I can get 10 Chaos Space Marines done for my Black Legion army. Did I also mention I am very biased? So yeah, that is it for the miniature upsides. For the downsides, if you don't like Chaos Space Marines, the generic ones, you're probably not going to have fun with these guys. You could always start Death Guard or someone and paint them up Black Legion. Nothing's stopping you. It's actually lore friendly. But actual Black Legion, like taking it to a tournament, you do have to use the Chaos Marine line. If you're not a fan of that, and you're also not a fan of the villains or like things looking evil, don't start the Black Legion. I mean, don't start Chaos Space Marines if you like don't like evil stuff or evil looking stuff. Also, black and gold can seem pretty basic. I know it does, but it looks good. Some people don't like that. If you want a little bit of a painting challenge, you can make them look good. But if you want to paint a different scheme, Black Legion probably aren't the ones for you. And now let's start with the tabletop positives and tabletop downsides. Tabletop positives. You guys thrive in close range firefights and melee. Their army bonus is a leadership buff. Oh no, leadership buffs are like Marines that are already high leadership. Woo, let's go. It is actually good in clutching moments, but it's not great. It's like you ignore modifiers to leadership. And their second one, this is the big one. You get +1 to hit if you made a charge roll, or they are the closest unit shooting them. This makes it really good when you have some Havocs in the back shooting at the closest target, which is usually the enemy's shock assault unit, and they're hitting on 2s. And they can move around and hit on 2s. See how that can get pretty lethal pretty quick. They also have some great stratagems and great relics and great warlord traits like rerolls and melee. That's what makes Abaddon such a beast, is his warlord traits. Another great tabletop bonus, you have the most named characters, a whopping 2, compared to like everyone's 0 or 1. Hey, it still counts. Abaddon is like the best model in the book. Unless you're fighting a psychic heavy army, it takes 2 turns to put him into the ground. If they're lucky. You also have the goat Harken Worldclaimer with his like Thor spear. He's really good. His spear can actually like fly through enemies. Like you draw a line, and essentially anything in the way gets hit by it, and it's really cool. And also like that, their warlord traits aren't bad. And relics aren't bad. Sorry, they've got like a really good thunder hammer and things like that. The reason this is many is because they're not a big army. It's literally a sub-faction within a book. But the sub-faction takes up like 6 pages. Now to the downsides. If you're not charging, you're getting screwed. You are essentially losing your army buff. Same with the shooting. If you're deliberately shooting like enemies' units that are far away, it's not as bad because you're still hitting on 3s. But like this army thrives on the whole army charging. Because even if they interrupt you, you still get to hit on 2s. And units already hit on 2s can just literally say, I do not care, 2-1 to hit modifiers. So armies that can either counter your charge, like Custodies with Tanglefoot, or armies like Tau, where you'll probably have most of your army dead by the time you charge them, are probably going to hurt you a bit. It's not like an end of the world, but it's going to hurt. Also, like, once again, if you don't like Abaddon, you're probably not going to like playing the named characters. And all of their relics are very, very aggressive. There are not many support relics like other legions have, like the Hydra Plate or like the Night Lord's relics, which are all very buff or debuffy. These are all just raw damage output. And if you want that, that's great. But I know a lot of people have their characters already beasts, like a Demon Prince is already a beast. Sometimes you just want to make them a little bit more supporty. So that's where they kind of struggle in the relics department. Same with the stratagems and the warlord traits, all very aggressive and all very damage orientated, which I suppose reflects Black Legion. They're all very aggressive, damage orientated units, which can thrive at close range shooting, and essentially charging the enemy. That's going to do it for this video, everyone. I'm actually really happy that I could essentially gush about my favourite Chaos Space Marine Legion. Yeah, I know I'm going to be back and doing regular uploads. Life just got a bit complicated, as I mentioned in the intro. But yeah, I'll be getting back to the Why You Should Start series very soon. I just wanted to get a video back out and do some jazz like that. Because, you know, making videos is fun. And now that my laptop's all repaired, I can actually do it. But yeah, the next one, if I haven't uploaded it already, is Orcs. So be on the lookout for that, because Orcs are good fun. Like, literally. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe. Leave some comments. You know, engaging with the audience is always a good laugh. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.